Hello everybody and welcome to the first proper machine tutorial. Just a few things to quickly note. The first thing is that you will need to have the JDK installed, the Java development kit. If you don't have that, stop this video, run off, go and download that. You'll find the link to it in the game's description on GameJolt. The second thing, the more weird thing to note, is that for now just run the game on your desktop. Don't ask why. I've had a few issues with compiling and things. It works if you put it on your desktop. Trust me. Why aren't you listening to me? Put it there now. Cool, let's start. Okay, so here's Masjien. Let me open this bad boy up. Another thing to note, I think I said this in the last video, you don't have to use this in-game IDE. A lot of people who have been programming for a while will get annoyed at this IDE. Don't use it then. You can work in your own IDE, compile your robots, put them there. But this IDE is nice for beginners, so we're going to use that. And also it's nice for little touch-ups and things when you quickly want to modify your robot. If you want to find the things that the robot can do, let's go to this robot abstract. The robot you're using is going to be extending from that. People who have already been programming for a while will go, aha, okay, cool. But for anyone who hasn't been programming before, this is what your robot can do. This is your robot's traits, like its ammo and its X and Y coordinates and things. And here's the stuff it can do. It can run left, run right, it can stop running, it can jump, shoot at an angle, you can give it up, right, left, down, more specific stuff to shoot at. So this is kind of the stuff your robot can do. If we quickly go into here, what was I going to say? Yeah, okay. So today we're going to be using the block editor for the game, the most basic kind of editor. There are certain things that your block editor is just not going to be able to do that pure Java coding can do. There are things that the block editor is limited by. So, for instance, let's say I try to open this harder bot. I'm in Java mode at the moment. I switch to block mode, and then I switch back. The reason it's saying this is because there's stuff inside that class that the block editor just does not have. So, but if I go over here and I go to this block bot, this one was made in the block editor, switch back, you can see there's no problem. So I suggest avoiding this by just working in the block editor purely and never touching the code if you're going to be using the block editor. But if you're coding, ignore the block editor. Treat them as two separate things. Let's start by making a robot. Sorry, I missed. I'm going to click new. Okay, let's name our robot. I'm just going to call it example block bot. Doesn't matter what you call it, whatever. Remember that extending thing I was talking about? You can see that over there. Extends abstract, robot abstract. It has all of that robot abstract stuff. You can ignore this for now. This is the Java editor. We're going to be working in the block editor. So I'm going to click block. Cool. For now, we're just going to make a very basic robot. We're going to make a robot that runs to the left of the map. It'll check if it's running, and if it's not running, it's going to run to the left of the map. Cool. Well, actually, let's just add a bit more to this. We can even check which side of the map we're on. So I'm going to say if, dragging that if over. This is called a condition. I'm saying if I'm doing something. I'm then going to drag this not over. The reason why I'm doing that is because I'm then dragging robot running. So what the statement's saying is, if my robot's not running currently, which you want to check, because we don't want to do this check all the time. We only want to do this check, we want to make sure that the robot starts running. We don't care about once it's running. So I'm going to say, if not robot running. Now I want to check which side of the map the robot's on. So I'm going to drag this and. Oh, whoops, sorry, you have to drag this stuff quite in. So and. So I'm saying if the robot's not running, and there's kind of a nice way to cheat code this. What I'm just going to do is I'm going to say if the robot's X is greater than the enemy's X. So what are we saying? If the robot's X is greater than the enemy's X, so you can imagine the robot somewhere over here and the enemy somewhere over there. So which way is the robot going to run? He's going to run left, right? Left, right. So he's going to run left. So I'm going to grab the run left block and throw it into there. You can see that if I clicked this, switch to Java mode, you can see that it's changed that into code, which is pretty cool. So if any point you want to understand what's actually going on behind, you can just switch to Java mode. Don't code anything in here, but you can look. Look, don't touch. And you can see what that looks like in code. Let's go back. Now we're just going to do a little check to see if the robot should run right. Because if the robot's x is less than the enemy's x, he's not going to run, right? So this isn't going to do anything. So we're going to basically copy this, but with one difference. I'm going to drag the if, I'm going to drag the not, I'm going to drag the robot running. Cool, so now let's check if the robot's not running at the moment. Now let's drag our and. Robot x is less than. That's just what the symbol means, less than. The enemy's x. What's he going to do? He's going to run right then. So let's grab that. Now we're going to hit compile. What compile means is it's just going to create a Java class file. So before we do anything, if I just click save, you'll see it pops up over there in our source folder. It's got this little thing now. If we go to the robots folder, watch this when I hit compile. Watch how cool this is. Click compile. How cool is that? That's our robot. I could copy that into a flash drive, take it to someone else's robots folder, and we would be able to battle those robots. I find that really cool. Again, you can just click this Java thing, and it'll take you to see the Java code. Let's close this. Let's go to single player, and you can now see our example block bot is there. So I'm just gonna select it on both sides because some of these bots actually shoot, and then we wouldn't be able to see much. So let's grab this tournament little thing over here and hit enter. So now let's watch our bots. Let's check this out. And how cool is that? They run into the swords and then they get killed. So not very smart bots at the moment. But they do stuff, and we did that purely by dragging and dropping, and we could even see the code. So hopefully that gave you a little taste into programming. I'll see you guys in the next video.